you got raided by Homeland Security.
They got everything. I said, I'm about to go to jail.
When you were in the grand jury, what were they asking you?
As soon as I came out, TMZ was like, how you feel to be a witness?
Diddy's lawyer, they filed a gag order against you. Has the court ruled on it? Oh, they said no?
No, because they know it's true.
You and I had an interview. I published it on October 20th. And then that night, you went on a live. When I watched you on the podcast, the person asked if you still had the flash drives, and you said no. I gave them to the feds. The feds came to my house and took the flash drives.
Yeah.
And then the next morning is when I texted you, and you said that the FBI had raided your house. And they basically, you said they trashed your house, they took all your electronics, and they took the flash drives.
Yeah.
A few days later, though, you said you got raided by Homeland Security.
Well, let me correct that. They didn't when they came, they didn't raid. They wouldn't want to come in. I offered them to come in. They said no. I said, well, I'm going to go inside and wash my hands. Because when they came to the front door, and I went to wash my hands. I was doing something. And I wanted them to come in because my neighborhood. I live in a very respectable neighborhood, $1 million homes. So I didn't want the neighbors to look like, oh, what's going on over there? You understand? Who want to bring down their neighborhood? So they would come in, they say, look, and the paper said the 24th. It was the 28th when they went up with me. I said, what's the matter? They said, we come to get what else you have. I said, I don't have anything. They said, we could take it now or we could be in court. I said, I got to go to court anyway. I said, I don't have anything. You understand? So I had a snicker with me, a laugh, and I said, I'm not laughing at y'all. I'm laughing at the fact that somebody done ran their mouth and told on me. You understand? I say, no, I don't have nothing. So they said, you got to be in court tomorrow. I said, that's not going to happen. I said, I'd never make it tomorrow. How far out it was to New York.
Did you tell them that the FBI had raided the house and took the flash drives?
No, I didn't tell them that. They knew everything was going on because that's how they found where I actually was at. You understand? They hit Delaware, they hit Jersey, they hit Denver, but they found me somewhere else. So by them finding me, because it was just two of them, it was a female and a male, in regular clothes, they was parked somebody else in front of their house. So that what made me figure somebody had to tell me where I was at. They just came regular, say, no, we don't want to come in. We just come to confiscate everything you have. They didn't take nothing that day. So I went to court that Thursday after the 29th.
But you called your lawyer, right? Like, I mean, after that, because I remember at that time you sent me you contacted me, said, I just got raided again. And you sent me a copy of the subpoena where they subpoenaed you to speak in front of the grand jury.
Yes.
Who did you call after that?
I called Ariel, my lawyer, Ariel.
How did you get in touch with her? I mean, have you used her before?
I just seen on the news doing a Diddy thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's when I reached out for I flew into New York. I met her at JFK, and then we came into the New York court, federal court, grand jury. They didn't let her come inside the courtroom. I was talking to the prosecutor. There was jury to the left of me. I was sitting at a round table with several people at the round table. And they played me and your interview. And she said, do you remember that? I said, I don't got to turn and watch. I know my voice and I know you. I know what I said. Everything I said, I know what I said. So I told her what I seen. And she said, where's that now? Do you still have it? I said, yes, it's in my phone.
That what's in your phone?
Everything I have that I told you.
Oh, so all the flash drive information was on your phone?
It's in my phone. What happened was when I put it in my computer, everything downloaded my computer. So I wanted to get it out of my computer because I take my computer to the studio. I didn't want nobody to see me got men. You know what I'm saying? So what I did, I just left it there. And then my Gmail goes to my phone. When you got an iPhone, you go straight to your Gmail for your iPhone.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So some of the pictures was actually in my phone. Some I threw on Instagram, you know, just showing shit. So they gave me a letter. So my lawyer was so good, they took us to the judge, another court. So they went in the back chambers. They came out with these papers. I said, I'm about to go to jail.
What?
Because I actually looked, I said, I'm about to go to jail.
Why did you think you were going to jail?
I don't know, because how they came out. They was smiling. They was just showing their professional. They said, we got a warrant to seize my phone.
Okay.
So when I get in the elevator, I said, when can I get my phone back? They say, talk to your lawyer. I asked my lawyer when could I get the phone. So we get to my phone. I said, could I give you my stuff out of my phone, everything you want? Because I need my phone for my medicine. I need it for my doctors. I need it for my business thing. Phone handicapped me. I don't remember people's phone numbers.
Right.
You know? She said, no. So they took the phone. So now my transportation in the phone. I don't even got my plane tickets, my itinerary. So I'm stuck in New York to the next day. So I just hustled my way back to home. I had to go to use my ID. I got a train ticket to one place. I got a plane for one place, and then I flew to the other place. There wasn't no connecting like I had. It was a spare of the moment. You know, the prices go up at spare of the moment. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take a rest here. And they called me. They didn't call me. They got in touch with her and said they need the code. I said, no, you need my face. You were so fast to take the phone. You ain't let me get my face or get my stuff out. They ain't compromised with me. So I just gave them the code. And I never got the phone back.
So when you were in the grand jury, how long did they question you?
They questioned me. I was there between sitting in the room and the grand jury. I would say I was there. I got there at 3:30. I got around the corner probably like 5 o'clock, 6.
What were they asking you?
Everything me and you talked about.
Okay.
Yeah, they use that as on the monitor on this wall. They said, well, who's this you said? Who was this person you said? Who is that? You know what I'm saying? I said it. I say, that's me. I can't, I'm going to tell the jury that it wasn't me, and they can see me plain as day.
Did they ever ask you about possibly being a witness in Diddy's trial?
I don't know how that came upon, because as soon as I came out, TMZ was like, well, another film company this day and said, how you feel to be a witness? You witnessed this. I said, I'm not no witness. I've never been a Diddy party or no Biggie party. You understand?
So what I'm thinking when I think that the U.S. attorney would want you to be a witness because they would want you to authenticate, or they would want you to talk about the tapes, the flash drives, and how you obtained them to try and at least, because you're saying that the government has the flash drives.
They got everything.
Okay. And so they would be, just for the chain of custody for the drives, they would want you to testify as to how you obtained them and where they had been this entire time. So that's one way they would want you to be a witness at the trial.
Now, we're going to back up. Last time I was on your show, you said, why wouldn't I be a witness?
Why not contact the FBI and just turn over the videos? I mean, they've got proof.
Where I'm from, that's snitching. And I'm not getting in that category of snitching. I could call myself an a-hole. I was being an a-hole to you saying, why don't the victims be the witness? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes victims don't want to witness because they don't want to relive what they've been through, trauma. So I've been through the trauma with the same dude. And I realized that you was right.
What I meant was, you're not helping to prosecute Diddy if you don't testify, and you're allowing him to continue to, like, right. What if he ends up getting
acquitted? Yeah, I'm just as worse as the rest of them who not say anything. I'm not a bad boy. I'm an outlaw. You understand? And for me to let this go by, I'll be just as bad as him. So yes, if they hear this or whatever, yes, I will testify on behalf of everybody and myself and without seeing on it.
So what happened when you were asked to testify in front of the grand jury again?
Yes, and then I was beside myself. I wasn't who I am today. When my lawyer said, I can keep you from going. I said, you like that? I said, yeah, I want to go. And then when I told her that, I felt even bad. I felt bad when I told her no, because it's still like everybody, I'm real spiritual. I'm a Mormon, first of all. And it's still like everybody who had something lost of him, like came at me. I could feel them in me, like, no. Then I called her, witness, I called her, and I showed the text. I said, no, I want to testify. She said, no, it don't work like that. You can't say no and then say yes, such and such. It's a procedure. They bring you back to the court. They're going to go back in and force it. I said, they don't got to force me. I said, when you call, I said, cool. I said on Matt show, because they always watch your show. They love your show. And they do, because they played the whole show. Man. So I'm telling them right now, yes, I will testify. It's not a force. It's not, nobody forced me. I'm not scared of nothing. You understand? I'm doing it because I think it's right in my heart that I testify what I see. You know?
So, okay, yeah, I was gonna say the only way to get out of the grand jury is if your lawyer had said, look, he's not gonna show up, he's gonna take the fifth, and then that doesn't look good.
No, it don't, because I'm not kicking. I don't want nobody to think, oh, Diddy down, he kicked me here. I've been saying Diddy name for years that he's a piece of work. I've been saying Snoop name for years. He's a piece of work. So I'm not scared of these guys. No way, no how. He stopped my music when I did the first song with DMX. He bit off my video with Mace, with the Artifacts had the Ultimate. You understand? He was a thorn in my head for years. Now, I didn't put him in jail. He put himself in jail for the lifestyle he chose.
Yeah.
Now he's still. And now it's his time. So if I can help the victims from any part of entertainment, the victims who was regular people, everybody regular people, but different professionals. And the young lady who got shot in the face, yes, I will testify. And for Aki, really for Aki, who put that knowledge in my head that it's not called snitching. And for you, because you said you was right when you want to help these victims that was victimized. And it's right what you said. So to the grand jury, to the prosecutor out there, reach out to my attorney. I will come on testify.
So what is your attorney saying now? Like, is she kind of, was she saying that it's over? I mean, obviously I know it's not over.
No, it's not over. She said they'd come back.
Yeah.
Then she could say yes, he'll testify. You know what it was, Matt? I was mad because they took my phone. I don't know if you live by your phone. You know, when you don't got your phone, it's like you lost.
It'd be over.
Yeah, you understand? It's like
lost.
Yeah, it's like you lost your assistant. You understand, your phone, because we don't remember no. I started out phones with they go do 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 do. Yeah. I started out and I forgot phone numbers since then. You understand? So I don't know all the phones, and my son's phone numbers in my phone, so I can't even think to call them because I don't know their phone numbers. So then I still had to pay the bill. They had my phone. I couldn't get my medicine, my doctors, my appointments. I couldn't reach you. You understand? I couldn't think about your email. That's what I found with most people through email. And friends got me another phone. You understand? My banking. How you gonna go online to bank? You understand?
Well, all my banking, my credit cards, my email, like everything's on my phone.
Everything on your phone. So it's I think thank you. It made me get a 16. That's all. But
you know what? It's funny because you would think that the government would want to keep you happy.
That's
what I'm saying.
That's how I felt. And he left me, and they did fly me in. I didn't pay for the transit. They flew me in. So by them taking my phone, I couldn't fly out because I didn't know nothing. You know how TCA is when you get there. You got to have something to get on the planes today. You understand? I didn't have no food. I didn't have nothing. You understand? But the ID, I didn't have the seating number, anything. I couldn't transfer money. You understand? So I said, I was mad. But from you and Aki and the young lady who got shot in her face, even little Jaggy, call it Jaguar. You understand? She said I should do it. So
Oh yeah. That's not being willing to testify when someone's essentially I don't want to say the R word, but taking advantage of and doing all the horrific things. Well,
the lifestyle he came up with.
Yeah, he's taking advantage of people. He's drugging.
It's untitled. You can't even say because there's so many. You understand? I see his report. He got 7 different L's for every crime he did. So I look at it like, I call it one word. I don't know if I can say that word, but I'm going to testify. They
Yeah.
call. I hope they see this. They love your show. Get in touch with my attorney. I'll definitely testify.
So here's a question that's come up is that do you believe that the memoir that was published was actually written by Kim Porter?
I believe it was typed by her. It wasn't handwritten. Of course, you know that. I
Yeah.
believe 100% accurate.
But I mean, you think she authored it? She wrote it?
I think she wrote it because think about it. For the government to go by that and know whatever they found in the house and the pictures, it's 100% true. And I want to say apologize to the family again because the the things her mother did. Everybody got mothers. Even the young ladies that was hurt by him, even the young men that was hurt, and the men that was hurt by him, they got mothers too. So you can't feel sorry for just because your mother. Y'all have a good mother because she was woman enough to write this, admit to what was going on. You understand? When that's what's going on in your house with your mother, your father was doing these things to your mother. So you should have not come attack me or anybody who said anything. You should attack your household first. Start at home. And for the young king, he should step up and stop listening to what's going on and take care of his twin sisters. Everybody else got some type of parent. Your father will never see something like it again. Everybody else got a parent, either mother or father. And you got to be a man to uphold your kid, your twin sisters. Because nobody going to do it. It's bigger than what people say. Your sisters are bigger than everything saying. People going to talk. But if you lose your father to this, you got to step up. And some serious stepping up. You can't listen to the wind.
So when did you get the flash drives? Because here's what's happened is since the last time we talked, you've been on a bunch of programs. And I'm trying to figure out the timeline for when and how you received the flash drives. That let's face it, that contained her manuscript that was published and videos, these sex tapes of Diddy, which we went over on the other video, and I'll link that video to the end of this video, and we'll put it in the description. You had those tapes and that manuscript, and that's kind of what started this whole thing, right? Like you had the manuscript, you got it, you gave it to Todd, you got it published. But what I'm wondering, the first thing I'd like to clarify is when did you actually get those flash drives?
Okay, I got the first flash drive probably the summer of 88. No, 2008 or about 2008 or 2007.
How long after you received those flash drives did she pass away?
Which one? The first set or the last set? I got 3 sets.
So a total of 11 flash drives.
Total 11 flash drives.
And the first ones you got when?
In 2008.
And the last ones you got when?
The last one I got after she passed away.
After she passed away. In 2000.
22, 23.
She passed away in 18.
18. I would still get the flash drive.
So who's giving you the flash drives?
I can't say who that person is.
But you've gotten at three different times you've received flash drives.
3 different times. Equal to 11.
So you got the flash drives, multiple flash drives, and you looked at them. You knew what they had on them. You were asked to publicize them or get them out there.
Get them out there.
Okay, and on one of the flash drives, you told me earlier that was Kim Porter's memoir that she was working on.
That was the first one.
And and what did you do with that?
That's what I burned it to the books.
All right, so you printed a bunch of books.
Right.
And when was this?
This probably is back in mm, probably a year and a half after she passed away. I think
After
that's
she passed away.
yeah, after she passed away.
All right. What did you do with the books?
I gave it to a guy who needed some help financially. I say I'm going through a divorce. Here goes some. You can make some money off it. You have everything up. So a guy named Wade met him at Atlantic City. So some way Wade and him met, and he gave Wade the book by hand. So what he did, he inboxed me. When he inboxed me, he said, "I got somebody you're willing to work with." I said, "Yeah, who?" He said, "His name is Chris." So I said, "Okay." Chris called me. We on a three-way. We talking. He didn't fast talk me, but he broke me down from having 50% or 100% all the way down to 33%. We split three ways, me, Wade, and Chris. So the guy who I gave it to, I ended up cutting him out, and I told him, "Look, you can have half of what I got. I'm not beat for the money. I'm not beat for what's going on. I just want to get her word out." So I never read the book. I just seen the stuff in there, and it did numbers.
So I have a question. When did you get the flash drive that had the book on it?
The first one,
In 2008.
2000, summertime of 2008, it was hot, real hot.
So in 2008, you got the flash drive that had the book on it, and you never read it?
I never read it because I thought it was a group. I was already mad at that individual crew for my artists. Like I got to go back in there and tell artists, you don't cut your head down, you can't have a record deal. His biggest dream was to buy his mother a house. Not rappers get. They want the chain, they want the car, they want the house, but the deal didn't go through.
All right. So in 2008, you received a flash drive that has Kim's book on it. You never read it, but you did. But then after she passed away, you took that flash drive and you had books made from it.
Yes, that's what I did. The
You
book.
never read the books?
I never read the books. It was
Okay.
when you're saying a book, like I did books before. It had close to 52 pages and maybe 54 because it had to add the back and the front and that first page. So it was something like, well, it was a lot of, I could say it wasn't a diary. It wasn't set up as a diary. It was set up like somebody is out for somebody. Like want to, put somebody out there.
So I mean, you must have read some of it to
I
know
read,
that.
I read the first part. Yeah. The first page as it came out. When it came loaded up, I read to see what it was. And then I said, let me get this off my computer. And I tried to put it back. All my stuff got inside the flash drive. I didn't know how to, transport it from just that. All my belongings got into the flash drive.
So you printed it up, and then eventually you talked to Todd,
Yes.
and you gave it to. So you guys worked it out. You sent it to Todd.
I said it to Todd.
Todd put it together. How long did it take Todd to publish it? Because he published it on Amazon, right?
Yeah, it took a minute because I told him don't put the picture on because when I did a book with Tupac's father, I couldn't put his picture on. So I already knew the experience. You can't copyright somebody else's picture. Then I ain't wanted the family to get all into it with it. So the original had a director chair and a cut, director cut on it, and
Yeah.
and he took that off. He flipped the book and did it, whatever he did.
I mean, did he change it from the original book that you sent him?
From hearing what people said, who was X's, I said, who is X's? I said, there's no X's in it. And then they showed me the pages online. It ain't had no pictures. So he did alter the book. He made it to a PG instead of the original.
He removed all the photographs, and he X'd out the sex scene with Albie Shore.
I'll be sure, and then other known people.
All right. So, well, initially the book it wasn't selling initially, right? Didn't Wade come to you and say, "Hey, can I go on this
The
guy's?"
reason why I wasn't selling is because nobody put promotion about it.
According to Wade, he had contacted you and Todd, and like he was saying, like, I won't mention your name or Todd's name. I'll just get it out there to try and see if we can sell some. And then we talked about it, and of course that video blew up. And then within a day or two, remember you had said that Todd got jealous, and then he started doing interviews?
I believe that your show blew it up, and Wade was on your show, and the deal was he'd be the one to put it out, Wade be the face of it.
Right.
And then he became the face after he saw Wade was on it. So he told Wade, it was a conversation to Wade, go black or go dark or something. And then he started doing all the interviews and saying he got the book, somebody gave it to him, and all this and
Why do you think Todd I thought Todd didn't want his name associated with it at first. I mean, why do you think he did that?
because y'all guys, Matt and Wade,
Well,
oh, y'all looked the handsome one online, and he figured, yo, it's something missing. I see the two breads, but he the meat. You know,
right.
y'all was the bread of it, the actual
So
bread.
he wanted to be in the limelight. Is
Right.
that right?
Yeah, he wanted the fame.
So, and the book started doing really well.
Great.
Uh,
Yeah,
I know we talked about it. It did like you said it sold over like 1.5 million.
correct.
And then what? Albie Shore got upset.
I'll be sure said whoever did had the book stole it, the flash drive. But I guess after he read him, but it never said what he did. What was the sexual part? It just had him in there and everything was X'd out. So
Right.
then he said it was the picture he didn't like. He didn't like his kid's mother. It wasn't his wife. It could have been his wife. I don't know what their marriage status was. But he didn't like it because her face was on it. So Todd changed it, and then Amazon stole it. Amazon ended up putting, well, I ain't gonna say Amazon did it, but it was other books that did with her face on.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. There's
understand?
other books that are selling right now that have her picture on it.
Exactly. So I don't know what the main reason why Amazon took it off, or they part of it or whatever. I can't say that part because I don't know. But I know a book just sold for $250.
Okay. So at that point, the book's doing well. Albie Shore started sending out cease and desist orders.
Yes,
And I think that's what he probably got Amazon to take the book down
because the
by
fake.
yeah, because of the picture, and he also at some point somebody copywrote the book.
Uh,
So initially, I don't think it was copywritten. I think that probably Albie Shore's attorney. This is just an assumption on my part. I think that probably Albie Shore's attorneys copywrote the book, or someone did, but probably Albie Shore's attorney did, and then they filed that with Amazon, and that allowed them to get the book taken down.
right,
You know, because Todd certainly doesn't own the copyright of a memoir that he didn't write.
right.
And Albie Shore probably and her kids probably are the only ones that have
I think I don't think they copywritten. I think he complained about the picture because only person who could copyright it is me because
yeah,
with
it's
him
copyright. It's copywritten.
it's copywritten.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
I don't know who you know what? I should check. I should have checked before this show. I'm not sure if it's Albie Shore or
This a massive book right here that's coming out.
that's the what?
This is gonna be the mothership of that book. It's got 200 pages. Everybody, everybody. You understand? It's the shadow of
Right.
the eyes. You understand? And it's written by me. You
Okay.
understand? The home security got everything from me, but they don't got this from me.
Right.
You understand? I still got it in my database. And what I seen myself, you understand? Nothing got to do with Kim, nothing got to do with Albie Shore. It got to what I seen through my own eyes of the shadow. That's the name of the
When
book.
did when does that book come out?
It come out first of December.
Okay. So Todd starts going on all these programs. He
Yes.
does a Rolling Stone article. He does
Uh,
a bunch of newspapers. He does a bunch of podcasts.
yes.
And he doesn't initially. He doesn't even mention you. He doesn't. He just says two people in the entertainment industry. I'm assuming that's you and Wade.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that. And then you know, they kept asking him. I know on is it the Art of Dialogue? The guy kept pressing Todd on how he authenticated the the memoir, how he authenticated that this was true. I'm going to keep saying memoir. although it's not much of a memoir, it's kind of like diary entries or just entries in
Right.
general. It's almost like it's a draft of what was
Suggestion.
going to
Yeah.
be a
Suggestion.
memoir.
Yeah.
Um, so he kept pressing him on that, and Todd hadn't really authenticated anything as far as I could tell.
Correct.
Uh, and then, because the guy asked him, like, did you speak with the family? Did you speak with, did you speak with, anyone? Did you speak with law enforcement? Did you order documents? How did you authenticate that this is real? And he just kept saying, oh, I don't want to tell you my techniques or whatever. But the truth is, in the end, once he asked him enough questions, you pretty much realized he didn't do anything but get the memoir from you. And then he kind of alluded to the fact that he just put it out there. And he said that several times. Like, sometimes you just got to put it out there and see what happens. And um, so he published it. It started blowing up. It became an Amazon bestseller right
Yeah.
away with it
Yes.
less than 2 weeks, right?
Yes.
Uh, you guys sold over 1.5 million copies.
Yes.
And then at that point, I think I reached out to Wade and asked him if he would put me in contact with you
Yes. That's
to
how.
interview you.
Yes.
And then we had a podcast. And that one actually did really well. I think it's close to 400,000 views right now. The problem is, these types of interviews that are remote interviews, they don't always do well because they're remote and you're not sitting here in the studio, which would be better. So here's what I want to talk about is that what's happening with you, Wade, and Chris Todd. Like what's going on with that?
Um, Todd and Wade is not getting along.
Yeah.
For me sitting from far as you, I don't know where you actually at, but where I'm at, but from the screen, is greed. Sometimes greed change people.
Oh yeah. Listen, I've always said you only really know who someone is when money gets involved.
Right. And I think Todd should call Wade and he should apologize and let's be businessmen like we started out. Because if anybody being robbed, it's me. But it ain't about money. This book wasn't about money. This was book to help him get peace.
So I don't know if you know this. Did you know that Chris Todd reached out to me? First, what he says is he tells me that he asked me if I can be a go-between between he and Wade. And I was like, why? And he said, oh, Wade's driving me crazy. Well, I've known Wade for a while now. And I'm telling you right now, like Wade is a very laid back guy.
Yes, he
He's
is.
not he's not gonna bother you. He's not going to. So I was like, what do you mean? He said, oh, Wade sent me, he's been texting me nonstop. He's been emailing me nonstop. And he won't leave me alone. And I've told him that, this is gonna take time. And so Todd goes on this whole rant about how Wade is driving him nuts and he just can't talk to him anymore. So I was like, that doesn't seem like Wade at all. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll talk to Wade. He goes, yeah, tell him not to contact me again. And I was like, okay, I mean, let me talk to Wade. So I call Wade and I go, what's going on, man? This is what Todd is saying. And he starts laughing. He's like, bro, he said, let me pull up my email. Pulls up his email and he hadn't emailed him in weeks. And even he's like, I've emailed this guy a total of like less than it was like 6 times in 3 months. So Wade kind of forwards me, several of the emails. And then he tells me he's looking at his texts and he's like, I've texted this guy maybe a week ago, or 2 weeks ago. He's like, I mean, I haven't texted him in weeks. And I sent him an email a week ago. And he's like, so I haven't been driving him. And then I read the emails. They're nothing. Like they're normal emails like, hey, what's going on with this? Hey, okay, cool. Let me know. No big deal. No pressure, nothing. And obviously it's kind of Todd saying it's all money related, but really it's not money related. So Todd, so Todd texts me. I'm like, I go back and forth with Todd. I'm like, look, man, I really honestly don't think that Wade is, I'm not quite understanding what you're doing, why you're saying this. And I explained to him that, it doesn't seem to me that Wade's done anything. And so Todd comes back and he starts cussing at me. He starts saying, don't fucking tell me that, how to feel, and you don't fucking know what you're talking about. And this is texting, right? And then I start yelling at him, and then he calls me and we start yelling at each other. And then he hangs up. He actually has a little bit of a temper tantrum, like a small child. He starts telling me, I think because at some point I told him, I said, bro, I said, who are you talking to? I'll beat your fucking ass. And and then that's when he calls me and he starts saying, you're a felon. I'm calling the police right now, felon. I'm going to send the police to your house, you felon. You're a felon, felon. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? And I said, first of all, he said, you're going to jail, felon. And I said, bro, like, I've never been to fucking jail. Like, what are you talking about? I don't care about going to jail.
He asked me to get your number to go through all this with you.
Yeah, he went. Well, I mean, initially, I think it was innocent. But when I didn't back him up, when I looked into it, and here's what I ended up saying to him. I said,
if you sleep hot at night, you know how disruptive that can be. Whether you're having trouble falling asleep, you're waking up sweating in the middle of the night, or all of the above, that's where GhostBed can help. As the makers of the coolest beds in the world, GhostBed is your go-to for cooling mattresses, cooling pillows, and cooling bedding. From their signature Ghost Ice fabric to patented technology that adjusts to your body's temperature, every Ghost Bed mattress is designed with cooling in mind. So whether you want a plusher mattress that cushions your shoulders and hips, or a firm option with exceptional support, your Ghost Bed will keep you cool and comfortable all night long. When you purchase a Ghost Bed mattress, your comfort is guaranteed. You can try out your mattress for 101 nights, risk-free, to make sure it's the right fit for you. Plus, they offer free shipping, and most items are shipped within 24 hours. If you're not sure which Ghost Bed is right for you, check out their mattress quiz. You'll answer a few questions and get a personalized recommendation. Even better, our listeners can get 50% off site-wide for a limited time. Just visit ghostbed.com/Cox and use the code COX at checkout. Again, that's ghostbed.com/Cox with the code COX at the checkout to save a whopping 50% off site-wide.
It sounds to me like you're trying to establish a harassment case, because he ended up, when we got to that point, he told me, I'm going to have to file a restraining order against Wade if he doesn't stop harassing me. And that's when I said, bro, honestly, I've read the emails, and I said, it sounds to me like you're fabricating a harassment case against Wade in order to keep from trying to pay him or communicate with him. I said, you're fabricating a story here. And that's when we started going, when he's like, don't you fucking tell me, he started cussing at me. And that's when we went back, forth. And then of course, eventually he called me, we got into a screaming match, and I just hung up the phone. My wife was like, hang up the phone. And I just hung up the phone. And then I called Wade and told Wade, and Wade just kind of laughed about it. He's like, bro, I mean, I told you he's really, something's wrong with him.
The problem we had, and I had the same problem. Tired to know what's going on with sales. He'll say such and such. We grown men. You got the book because I gave it to you. So
Right.
if you got the count, exact count, show us like I was loyal to you. And that was the biggest problem I had with Todd. He wasn't loyal. He didn't grow up being loyal. I grew up around Italians and Jews. So I had to be loyal because, of course you can see I'm black, and to be in different cultures, one thing they don't want to hear is liars and unloyalty. So I told him that you got to be loyal to. And then he threatened, if you don't give me more stuff, I'm going to tell everybody who gave it to me and your source. I said, so you trying to throw me in the bus? They right, I'm going to. Now give me the drives, give me all this. I said, let me tell you something. You're not my boss. Then I came to your show, and I did. So if anybody going to tell on me, I'm going to tell on myself. You're not going to think you're going to throw me under the bus. You're not going to threaten me, extort me. You understand? Like you some gangster. You understand?
Yeah, something's definitely wrong with this guy.
Yeah. And he should have told Wade the amount and me what was being made. That was the agreement. I gave her 66% because I'm not a hog. I'm not greedy. You know what I'm saying? Wade called me. I answered his phone. I text Ty here, talk to me, but it made me feel just as enemy number one because I could tell him what I said to Ty, but he said Ty ain't talk to him. So I didn't want Wade to think we both trying to cut him out. You understand? I didn't know what was going on between them two. I thought they was buddies. I met them together. But come to find out how he treated me, he treated Wade. So today, I don't buzz his phone no more. I will buzz him when it's time for us to be paid. And I don't want no, this and that. I don't. Give Wade his shit part, give me my part. You don't want to never speak to me a day again in your life, my light's going to still be on. You still going to be a friend of mine. Wade going to still be a friend of mine. I'm going to still be Courtney B at the end of the day. And you're going to be miserable because you don't treat me friends. There's no trust between the beef. So if he's trying to rip me off or rip Wade off, he need to prove to us that he's not. Don't give us no story. Stop telling me you're talking to Albie Shaw's lawyer because you're not talking to his lawyer. Then why wouldn't you be talking to his lawyer?
Oh, is that what he's saying? He's talking to Albie Shore's lawyer?
Yeah, you took the book down. Albie Shore didn't say nothing about him because X is what happened. If he had imagination, that's Albie Shore's fault. I apologize to Albie Shore. I apologize to all Kim kids. Even Diddy, I apologize to him for his wife being on the book. But I did not write the book. She did it, and I published it. So you can't be mad at somebody who's just doing the publishing job. You understand? The beef is not with me, the children of Kim Porter. The beef is with yourself because when this was going on in your house, you should have confronted your father, not somebody outside your house. You can't jump out your house and get on somebody else. I'm not a bully. You understand? It's true your mother had a broken nose. You understand? It's true she was beaten with a chair. It was true that your father slept with her best friend. So you can't come out and get mad at me or anybody else. Your beef should be with your father. You put yourself there. That's what it should be at.
Yeah, I mean, it's, the book, I have real questions on the authenticity of the book. Especially after talking to you now, because when you're saying you received it, the problem with that is you're saying you received it 10 years prior to her death.
Mm-hmm.
And in the book, the author of the book actually writes about the day before there are entries in the book made by supposedly Kim Porter.
I know what you're talking about. The reason why you see the entries, because I didn't have nothing to all of that was given to me. So it was put together. It was piece by piece. It was a letter here, pictures here, video here, pictures here, about 10 things down with small writing. So whatever the second time was given to it after the death, that's what was pieced together. It wasn't like all in order that it just went straight to print. We had to piece it together. You understand?
You had to piece it together. So
if you pay attention to the fonts is different in the book because it came from different times.
So towards the end of the book, she talks about the day before, or she talks about calling the ambulance to go to the hospital because she has pneumonia.
Well, whoever was in the house and spoke to that position, you got the crew who gave me the book.
Okay.
So that's where your question should be at. Who knows she was in a house? Who? And the question today, they say, how she get from the bathroom with blood to the bed.
Okay. How what?
How'd she get from the bathroom to the bed?
Is that where they found her, in the bed or in the bathroom?
In the bed. But they say she died in the bathroom.
Yeah, well, I mean, somebody had to write all those passages and place them. So, I mean, that's the other thing is if she wrote those passages and saved them on a flash drive, then someone, you know what I'm saying? Someone had to take the flash drive at that point.
Right. They said it. I'll be sure answer that for you. Said somebody stole all that stuff out the house. I never been in the house, so I didn't steal it. So you already know who stole it. or was given to her. You understand? You understand? My theory, and it's just my theory, I believe she probably passed out in the bathroom, and then before she did die, she probably said, "I want to give you something." And that's when she probably took it to the bed. And wherever she had it or stashed that, she gave it to her, and she got up out of there.
Yeah,
Or
but
he,
on another podcast, you said it was a man that gave it to you.
the first one was a man.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
I did.
you've also said it was one of her best friends
Right,
or good friends,
right.
which was a female.
I didn't say it was female or male, but it was the best friend. I don't think I said it was a female, but I said the best friend.
Okay. Do you think so? You don't think it's possible that Todd is the one who wrote those
I think
passages?
he could have, because he can't. He said he fixed the thing up. He put the pictures. He did the X's, so he had to read or alter the book. So somebody had to do it. I didn't do it. You understand? If it ain't had no ending, I'd put out just like that because I did. Because think about it. If I gave it away, I wasn't interested in the money. If I broke it down to 3 shares, I wasn't interested in the money. You would, if you had it, you at least want 50%, right?
I mean, I'd want something. Of course,
Right.
if I'd been involved, it would have got this would have gone a lot. I would have actually contributed to the book and put it out legitimately, so it wouldn't have been taken down. Like Todd
And you know
really
what?
fucked it up.
Wade did say he should have went to you first. That's the
Yeah.
first thing he said to me. He said, "Yo, you know what? I should have went back first." It shows that, like I said, if I gave the book away and then I broke it down, only got 33%. I at least should have had 50%, right? And they split 25-25.
I mean, I listen.
No, if it's my, you at least supposed to get 50. If this was Shark Tank, I would let nobody give me 33. You understand? But I got 50, 33. I didn't care. I don't be calling Ty, ask about no money. I don't. Wade, he's cool. They both cool, but they got their own ways. Wade should have came out and said, "Court, let's go at him. Ask him where the paperwork at. Let us see." He did it. He did text it. So that's why I never text back because no need for both of us. But I did say, yeah, I want to see too. Todd should have respected that and gave him the proof he needed because you could tell somebody anything. You understand? He showed a pattern that he was up to something, even if he wasn't. You understand? You nobody boss. Only boss you are is to your kids in your household. You're not. Wade is a grown man. I'm a grown man. And for him to call you as another grown man and go through that when he asks you, he trusts you to go in between, and then flip like that, and you say he threw a tantrum like a kid, he got to step his game up. You understand? And the way to step his game up, call us. Call Wade and apologize and say, look, when the money comes, I'm going to pay you. Stop saying you talk to I'll sure attorney, because you're not. Because I can't trust him, and I'm going to say it. I don't trust you, Todd, because you try to extort me to giving you something that you couldn't get. That's come from greed. So
I wonder if Todd was trying to sell the.
He was trying to do a catch and grab, whatever, because some guy from named Joe from New York magazine or newspaper called me and said he talked to me. He was trying to sell me. And I said, no, he did. So my sister didn't talk to you. So when she got on the phone and said, no, he don't sound like a white guy. That's not him who I talked to. Say, so this guy was going to sell his thing. He didn't have it. I said, I don't have it and he don't got it. He never seen it or had it. So yes, he was. You know what I'm saying?
So
He was.
I mean, I heard you talk about this on another program where you had said that that at some point, you believe that Todd had made an email saying he was you and contacted this guy from a magazine trying to sell the videos.
Right. And I know
That's
he's trying to. He come to the catalog. He come to the website trying to buy books. Somebody want 1,000 books. Trying to see. I know that. I do it 250 people. I've been in the music game for 35 years. I know when somebody write rhymes and who don't write rhymes. I know what they're gonna say. I know people. I'm a people person. So I could tell what he eat in the morning from the BS he talks sometimes. You understand? How he treated you, how he treated Wade, that give you a character. And anybody like you, your character was he was like a kid, a juvenile.
Yeah,
Wade,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's a shame. You have kids. When you have kids, you don't want people to know or hear that it's something negative about their parents. Because then everybody turned into that. Who was after this interview? You want to get mad at me and say something? We'll get mad at you. I want to say something to you on another pod? Or say something about Wade? It should stop right here. Take this as criticism and accept it. We all get criticism, whether we driving road rage, or our wives, our girlfriends, our brothers, or whoever. Accept it and make a better person for yourself. This grade comes from stress. This grade is wisdom. Because I learned. You understand? I learned. I had to learn. I'll get lost out here.
So we talked about this earlier, or was it yesterday? About Diddy getting is up to try and get out on bond again. Is that what he's trying to do?
Yes, trying to get a bail again. But I read today that he was using an inmate's phone, threatening witnesses and juries again. So I don't know if it's true, but I don't know how he did the jury. If I was in his predicament, I'd be looking for the quickest plea I could get.
I've actually said exactly that. I would probably be going in and trying to get 10, 15 years. Like, give me 10, 15 years and I'll throw you some money, because the people don't believe this, but the government will allow you to knock off time if you give them money. Now they'll say they don't, but I've met many guys in federal prison who are like,
it's for fines. They say it for better neighborhoods.
It's bullshit. But they'll be like, hey, 10 years. And then they'll go, okay, well, what if I could do 5 years and give you $3 million? And they'll be like, okay, we'll take that. So what you're really saying is I can buy down my years.
Put it like this. If I was in his shoes, and I know will be, I would ask, what's the minimum I can get? And then I'd say, if you chop that, I give you 30. Because if you, your name,
you broke up.
I would give up 30 million to make it concrete. Because you know why? By the time you come home, you still got life in you.
Yeah.
There's people today came out 30 years, 27 years. He can't afford to do 20 or 30 years. He's 50-something years old.
Yeah, you can make the money again. You can't get back that time.
Right. You can't get back that time. So I would say, look, let me give my kids some money to put up in the trust fund so they can live. They had them taxes, because them taxes cost money for that crib. I know about square feet taxes. You understand? So I would take it closer, whatever they want. Give me 10 years, and I'll give up 20 million. At least that 53 million he want to put up on that bond, you can put that in the escrows and then grow for. Give yourself a month, allowance in there, $200 or $300, and thug it out. You're a bad boy. Thug it out. You understand? Do some push-ups. Don't get them arms too tired, because you're gonna need them arms. You understand? And and deal with your punishment.
Right. I think he can get 15 years, but I'll bet if you gave him a chunk of money, he could get it down around 10 or low. And here's what people don't realize. Like, on 10 years, he could end up only doing 5 or 6 years on 10. That's
the max 7. The max 7.
Right. I'm saying in his mind, though, 5 years is too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't realize, like, if you've been to prison, you're like, oh, 5 years, let's do it. Because 5 years is only going to be 3 in the federal system. And a lot of people on here will say, no, in the feds, you do 85%, but they don't realize that the the First Step Act allows you to work your time down by programming. So you can get a 10-year sentence and you can do 5 or 6 years, where it used to be you did 8.5 years. Now you can do 6 years. So if he gets 10, he can be out in 6 on an ankle monitor. And, but he's not, like I said, he's not thinking that. He's thinking beat it at trial, I think the government would go for that, because they don't want to go to trial.
No, but if he lose, how much time he looking?
Oh, God, he's got 40 years at least.
You feel that? So it's best to quit while you're on top. You quit while you're on top. You do that time, and then his best thing is ask for a deal of rehabilitation or psychic, because he could blame it on the drugs, he could blame it on the whatever, and get that time, and he could be home to see his daughters before they get married.
Yeah.
You understand? But if he fight the force, and he got to submit to all his doing. 35 years, you did something. You either jaywalk or you took something. So it's in between. So take the punishment to teach your kids. It ain't that you lost. You won. Because you will see daylight again.
Yeah. Well, you know, I know lots of guys, the government came to them and said, I'll give you 5 years. And then they said, no, fuck that. And then they went to trial and they got 25 years.
Right. Right.
You know, because they could, and they didn't take 5 because they thought, I can't do 5 years. Yeah, but now you're doing 25.
Right. Now you got to do it. You got to do it now. And you come home broke.
Oh yeah, everybody gives up on you. You get out, you're 70 years old. Yeah, it's
no, who won't want to be around you? Especially you grow to love and then you lose the love because what you did. Because the kids, again, I'm saying young adults, you can't sit here on TV and say your father never did anything that he shouldn't be there. You can't.
So you're thinking he's not going to get bail because he was caught using another inmate's phone.
If it's true, but
if it's true.
I don't think he'll get bail because you know why? He's a flight risk. He's got too many friends with planes. He got too many friends with money. Who cares if you put an ankle bracelet? Who cares if you got a monitor? That don't get you.
Yeah, I wouldn't be worried about the flight risk. I'd be worried that he's now in a position to really threaten other witnesses, to actually do something to other witnesses. This is a guy who's fighting, who's got a lot of money, and he's fighting for his life. He can have people killed.
Right. If anybody takes the bid, if he's in there, they're not out. He don't supposed to see them. Who say his sons can't take a note and go see them?
Yeah, he can make some moves on the outside.
Yeah, that don't make no noise. That don't make no sense. I mean, I ain't gonna be around no people. Your kids is people. How hard is for one of your sons to go out and give a message to somebody? I'll go outside, use a phone, hidden somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Come on, this is 2024. It's a hours away. You know what I'm saying? And on top of it, I know I'll probably be first on this list.
Right.
I know. I'm in this top 2. But that's the worst. That's the worst thing you can do. That's be the worst thing you do, my brother. Trust me.
All right. Well, listen, I'm very curious to see what's going to happen.
Okay. I'm gonna make sure you get a copy of this book on me.
All right. We'll have to do another video. What is that one going to be?
Everything.
Everything?
Everything. From what I've seen through the music business, the conversations I had, and that's not what I mean by conversations is that what I've been through the music business. Why a lot of people out there don't have record deals, that be waiting to hear why. Because they want you to change. You understand? It's not the industry, it's the people who got the jobs. Because guns don't kill, people kill with guns. So the people who get the jobs in this record companies, they tell you this, not the industry.
Well, I was going to mention something too. You were right. Like Albie Shore never sued. You guys haven't got a lawsuit, right?
I know.
Hey,
he didn't.
So I do have a quick question. Well, his whole goal was just getting the book shut down.
Yeah, because his face. I'm not going to say he was mad because he wasn't. I'm not going to put nothing mad. I don't like the way I was mad. His wife, his baby, his son, mother. You understand? He feels some type of way. I would feel some type of way.
So I do have a question. Diddy's lawyers filed a gag order has against you. You know that, right?
Right.
Has the court ruled on it? Oh, they said no?
No, because they know it's true. The book is true.
Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know when they were going to rule on it.
They can't rule because they know it's true.
No, they can't. So they haven't ruled on it. They
haven't. No, I said they can't, but they said no, it's true. You know what I'm saying? All the things like the dates, I'm not for sure. I got shot in 2000. I got poisoned back then. I'm 54 years old. You understand? I got hit in grazed in my head, my chest, my arm. I think about living. I don't think about what dates this person did. Oh, this person did. Only thing I got to say, I was upset because a witness, and I didn't witness anything, but I did. I witnessed what I'd seen. So you broke it down better, and my lawyer broke it down better than anybody said. That's why I do witness. And the young lady who got shot in the face, I see her pain. And my buddy I just adopted as a friend, Aki and Ed, they say I should. They got on me. That's why I sent you the video if you watch it. It's time to stop this, honestly. And if I say no, I'm just as worse as everybody else who's hiding. Even Ray J sitting there lying that he people calling him to want to settle with the victims. Nobody call him Ray J. Ray J no in between. You Diddy Playboy. I mean, toy boy. You understand? You party just like you party. You just trying to fill your pockets and do what else you want to do with the money. You understand? But let's know.
All right. You got anything else?
That's
we good?
It. Look out for December 1st for the new book. Eyes Through a Shadow. Make sure you get one. We're going to talk about this. Deeper than Killer's book.
Hey, you guys, if you like the video, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notified of videos like this, and please share this video to anybody that you think is interested or would be interested. Also, please consider joining my Patreon. It's $10 a month. It really does help. Colby and I make videos like this. We also put Patreon exclusive content on the Patreon platform. So if you don't like the censorship or anything, all of the uncensored videos and there is original content, Patreon exclusive content on the platform. So please check it out. All of the links are in the description. Also, we're going to leave a link to Courtney's book. Once that happens in December 1st, I'll leave a link so you guys can go straight there and buy it. Once again, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you very much, and see ya.